Absolute horror in Nashville after a shooter opened fire on an elementary school, killing 6 people. This was the scene yesterday. Police say 3 of the victims were 9-year-old children. The suspect has been identified as a former student, and police believe the attack was targeted. But the question many have this morning is why? Kristen Benavides is in Nashville with more, and we do want to warn you that some of the images in this report may be disturbing.
A Nashville church held a prayer vigil last night to comfort a city in mourning after yesterday's deadly shooting at a Christian elementary school.
I was hoping this day would never ever come here in this city.
Newly released surveillance video shows the moments the suspect, identified as 28-year-old former student Audrey Hale, shot through the side doors and entered the Covenant School. Within minutes, law enforcement responded.
Multiple victims down inside the school.
Police say 2 officers pictured here shot and killed the suspect on the 2nd floor of the school.
Even in a remarkably fast response, there was not enough time.
Among the dead are 3 students, all just 9 years old, identified as Evelyn Dykehouse, Hallie Scruggs, and William Kinney. Also 3 adults, custodian Mike Hill, substitute teacher Cynthia Peak, and head of school Catherine Coons.
I'm just so sad and heartbroken for the families that are impacted by this and their children.
Police say that this was a planned and targeted attack and that the suspect had detailed maps drawn out of the school's surveillance and entry points.
It's just heartbreaking to see it actually happen right here in our hometown.
A growing makeshift memorial of teddy bears and flowers now sits outside of the school. Nashville's police chief said the suspect was armed with 3 weapons, an assault-style rifle, an assault-style pistol, and a handgun. Law enforcement believes 2 of the weapons were obtained legally. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Nashville.
As we process what happened in Nashville, people are still working through the North Texas shootings that happened just last week. A week ago, 16-year-old Jayshawn Poirier was shot and killed in Arlington. It happened right in front of Lamar High School before the first bell. Another bullet grazed the face of a female student and wounded her. Police have arrested a 15-year-old classmate for capital murder. And the next day in Dallas, a student was shot and wounded in the parking lot outside Thomas Jefferson High School. It happened 10 minutes after dismissal. DISD police arrested 1 person but haven't said if he or she is a student. The victim is expected to be okay. Now, school safety remains top priority for state lawmakers. Yesterday in Austin, they spent more than 6 hours hearing testimony on a handful of school safety bills. House Bill 3 calls for putting an armed security officer on every public school campus in Texas, from elementary to high school. Of course, we'll let you know what happens with all of these bills. In a tweet, the senator wrote to Nashville saying, "Our hearts go out to you and those families who lost their loved ones." Senator Roland Gutierrez added, "How many more tragedies are we going to hear about before we do something about it to #protect our children?" The senator proposed several bills since the shooting at Robb Elementary in Uvalde. That happened more than 10 months ago now. His bills would put more restrictions on guns and gun owners.